Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Let's play some daily games. Today is January 9th, 2026. It is Monday. No, it's not January 9th. What am I saying? It's February 9th, 2026. Oh my god, I can't read a calendar anymore. Okay, February 9th, start of a new week. It is Monday, playing Wordle number 1696. Okay, let's see. Put the generator to 1695. Let's generate a starting word, 470. Okay, let's see. 70? Twine. Alright. Interesting letter there with a W in there. Other than that, I like the other letters. But you never know. Today could be a day where W is particularly helpful. I don't know. It's hard to say. It is not, but we've got an E here. Okay. I think maybe I'll do debar. Might as well. That's a good word. Okay. Replace the E, but not getting much else. Could it be a double E situation? It's possible. Hmm. Uh, double E maybe? Feely, Geely, Heely, Heels, Peels, hmm, Semi, Geese, no, I think it might end in an OY though, I'm not sure. Or maybe end in an H. Phelan, Kegel, uh, hmm. Look at the speed, interesting. Leech. I don't think it's gonna be Leech, but I'm a little bit stuck as to what it could be. I might as well try it. It's not Leech, but we have a lot more letters to work with now. Okay, L and C out of place. Okay. Okay, where could it be? E. Okay, we've already ruled out most of the vowels. Could be. Could be L here. C. No. Or C could be in the front. C. E. Oh, cello. The instrument. Hello, cello. All right, a 4. I'm still not getting that 3 gets solved. Okay, but 184 gets solved. Woohoo! Another milestone, another round number. I like that. Okay, cello, nice. Let's see if cello has been the answer before. I don't actually know. Hasn't. So a new word here. So I do support you guys' idea of continuing with unused words because it does seem like the reuse of words is not going to be that often because it's been 1 week we've only had that one reused word. So I don't know. It might be maybe only one reused word a month. We have no idea. I suppose I could go back to strip, but I enjoy doing different words each time. So I might as well just do that and see the day when I get my one guess off. We'll never know. We don't know. Could be next year. Who's to say? But let's check calcul here. Okay, the answer is cello. Started with twine. Not great, I assume. 325 probable answers with just the E. And then the bar. That narrows it down to 14. Interestingly enough. Okay, so we could have had cello feces. Okay, I guess they could do that, maybe. Gecko, I didn't see that one. Geeky, hello, jelly, leech, leggy, level, meshy. Meshy, I don't know about that. Messy, okay, mezzo, possibly peppy, pesky. Okay, I like that one. Pesky. Okay. Then I did leech, and I think leech narrows it down to just the one. I think. Yes. So leech was great. It was just an inspired guess, and but I'm pretty sure like leech has been done before. I think. Let's see. Yes, it has. Leech has been done before. Hello as well, I believe. Yeah, it has been done before. But what about Jello? Have they done that before? Jello, no, but jelly, yes. Well, Jello is more like it's a brand name, so they might not be able to use that for Wordle. I wonder. Let me know in the comments if you know whether Jello could be an answer, or is it like it's a brand name, so they're not gonna go there. I don't know, but interesting. Okay, let's move on to connections. Oh, I'm supposed to do that one. Oh my God, they're showing me the badge that I still haven't gotten. Like, okay, yes, I get it. I still haven't got my Wordle in 1. Don't have to mock me for it. Okay, connections. You're playing number 974. All right, today's 16 words. We have approach, bonus, poker, needle, straws, loom, style, advance, near, way, scissors, fee, royalty, yarn, manner, and the line. What is the line? Cross the line? Toe the line? Draw the line? Oh, oh. What's that about? Something about walk the line? Maybe. Don't know. Okay. Leave that for now. Royalty, fee, bonus, advance, all financial things, payments. I guess you could say that. That's one. Way, manner, approach. Style, a form of doing something. Technique, you could say that. Okay. Then we've got loom, yarn, needle. That does feel like, I don't know, knitting, but then I don't know what would be the fourth one. Poker though. Strip poker? Poker face? What is that? Straws. Pick up, no, pick up straws. Draw straws. What is that though? Near. Drawn. Oh yeah, I guess things you can draw. You can draw the line. You can draw near, suppose. You can draw straws, like draw the short straw or something like that. Scissors. Oh, scissors could be the sewing one. Okay, and then poker, you can draw cards. I guess. Okay. Okay. I guess I could try that. Maybe do it in reverse. That case, I suppose things you can draw could be the purple. Try straws near poker. Try that. Hold on. Near. Interesting. Loom, approach, near, and advance. It also means sort of like to go close. But that could just be a rainbow herring. I'll try this one first. Draw. Oh my god, I was right. It was draw. Okay. So now the blue. Could the blue be the knitting one? Needle, yarn, loom, scissors. Things you need to sew or something like that. Used in weaving. Okay, I said sewing, so that's not right. I'll say, well, I'll consider myself a pointless, not getting the point for that one. Okay, so that's the yellow actually. Interesting. Then I guess maybe way, approach, style, manner. Could this be the blue? I don't know. Actually, method. Yeah, bonus fee, advance payment, some kind. Oh, kinds of payment for an author. So that's why that's the blue. I just assumed it's just kinds of payment in general. I feel like for an author is super specific. But sure. I don't know. Okay. Sure. But yeah, the draw one, I wasn't super sure because draw straws. I was thinking of like draw the short straw, like singular. So I was like, straws? I don't know if like you could say that. Draw straws. Draw straws. Ah, right. Okay. So the general thing that people do, the process of it, it's called to draw straws to see who's going to get it right. Okay. And then, of course, the one who loses is the one who draws the short straw. Okay. So, okay. Now I get it. I see now why I get that. And then draw the line, I guess it means sort of like you're establishing a boundary, right? Like this is where you draw the line. Like you're not going to do anything beyond that kind of thing. And then draw poker, though. I don't really know. Is that a type of poker? Draw poker. Oh, it is a variant. I just assumed that because it's like you can draw cards, so I just went with that. But I mean, in a sense, it is to do with drawing cards, but that's also the name of the type of poker. So as a poker variant, which I didn't know about. Okay, I only know strip poker because of like American like movies and stuff. They talk about it and they show it, I guess. So that's what I know. And then of course there's like other kinds of like just whatever, hot culture, whatever. But that's an call it an implement tool. Draw near, of course, to come closer. I almost fell for it because I wasn't sure. Like I saw near, loop, approach, and advance. That was actually a rainbow herring. Where now that I can see it, they're all. I thought that maybe that could be something, but then I was like, oh, but the other groups are already pretty neatly packed, so I don't think I have to worry about that one. I just can just put that aside. So I'm glad I listened to myself and I didn't fall for it. But I can see how some people would think that could be something. But yeah, using weaving, the loom is like the machine, right, that you use to do the weaving, and then of course the needle, scissors to cut, and then let's cut the yarn, and the yarn you put into the loom with the needle. It's kind of like, imagine like that scene from, I think, what was it? I don't know, Rumpelstiltskin or like Sleeping Beauty, where they use looms. That people still do use those nowadays. Method, right? Approach, manner, style, way, just a way of doing something. Cut payment for an author, royalty bonus fee, advance all types of payment for an author. Apparently, very specific. So maybe I'll say I have a point because I just said types of payment. Yes, I have a point. 1 point for this one, no points for this one, 1 point for this. So 2.5 points, I would say. And almost reversed, but I wasn't really sure which one to go for. But now that I see the way they've named it, and it's not just plain like types of payment, I can see now why this would be the blue. But in terms of difficulty, if I just saw it like that, I would have thought that they're all about the same. The last three, anyway. I was like, couldn't really separate them in my opinion. So it was gonna be tough for me, but it's fine. I don't really care as long as I don't make any mistakes. Perfect game. I'm pretty pleased with that. Stats are still doing good. Yeah, I'm hoping that one day all these here will be better. My lowest stat, I hope, will remain at the four mistakes one, which is a loss, right? It's 19 losses, I think. Is that correct? I'm thinking of it as four lives lost means a loss. So 19 losses. So hopefully I can bump this stat up at least. Then again, I would like more of these, but I just want to keep the losses low. And if I do have to make 3 mistakes, at least more of those here than here. So we'll see what happens. But I'm almost at 100 purple first games. Wow, that's close. Another 5 more. All right, I didn't know. Okay, that's pretty cool. We'll see what we can do there. All right, let's look at the comments from yesterday's video. And yeah, apologies for the other day when I think it was just last night actually. Yeah, it was just last night where obviously because I wasn't recording my face for that one, so you can see what happened. You can only hear what I was talking about. But yeah, there was a temporary blackout for like 5 to 8 minutes where it was like, oh, everything just shut, and I wanted to stop the recording. I couldn't see because it was so dark. I tried to use my phone and turn on my hotspot to sort of get internet to stop the recording, etc. It was a bit of a mess, but thankfully it was just for a very brief moment, and then the electricity came back on. I think it was just like something tripped. I think that's probably what happened in my apartment there. We don't know, but it was all fine in the end, so that was good. I think that was my first ever. It's a milestone of sorts where it was the first ever blackout recorded on my channel, like actually being recorded. I think in the past it did happen once before, but I had already stopped recording, or it was in between videos or something like that. I can't remember, but not while I was actually recording. I don't think I remember before. So that's the first. It's fun. Well, let's look at the comments. Okay. Well, let's do Edward's first because his is at the bottom. Edward did tread, spied, unwed, booed, and embed. Oh, a very close one with it. All right, you got in the ED situation here. ED trap at the end. Whew, close. Those answer remaining numbers are misleading as they include all the certain past tense ED words. That's true because there's a lot of them. That's right. So of the 28 after round 3, only embed and domed are considered likely answers, I see. The other possibility of your 50-50 was ebbed, with which the bond includes yet rates a 0. Okay. Why I thought that boot was somehow exempt from the blank ED rule, I cannot say. It was a mistake. However, as you might find out, embed is not the east root, C minus the B or M. Exactly. So so in a way, even though boot was obviously not never going to be the answer, but at least the B did help you, narrow it down and get sort of like, get there. So awesome job there. Although it took you quite a while to get there, but you did in the end. So no boos to you. Okay, connections rating 3 out of 5. New York Times testers 2 out of 5. As someone who always has to add his 2 cents, of of course, naturally. And actually got out a good start by finding purple first. You never did figure out what 4 password clues had in common. Really? Oh, interesting. I guess it's because I see this so often. My company, I mean, I'm sure if you were gonna any kind of like a major company, my company requires us to change passwords every 3 months. So I'm constantly seeing those reminders like, make sure your password has this, has that, and oh, it's annoying. But yeah. You weren't alone as the top mistake was throwing in 2 cents. Okay, interesting. It's probably going for something like featured on a keyboard connection. Featured on a keyboard? 2 cents on a keyboard? What does that mean? I don't get what do you mean by 2 cents featured on a keyboard? I don't know why that would be in there, but the bit gag number routine every time was only 6th most common error to date, 9%. I was being at least twice that. Oh, I didn't see that bit gag number and routine. Yeah, like a thing that you do, right? I didn't see that one. Interesting. Yeah. Sometimes people see different things, eh? All right. Glacier Breeze did least Dryce. Dryce is back. Right, Dry Ice. I forgot. Yeah, Dryce. Unwed and Embed. Another one for the Unwed team. Okay. Hello, Unweddables. Thanks for reminding me to play today's Don't Wordle with your 3 great guesses. You're welcome. Not to mention that past tense ed word, but phew, indeed. Yes, you can imagine our confusion when Unwed revealed nothing but that puzzling ending. Exactly, you're like, what's that gonna be? For a moment, you were pondering the futility of Wordle's future, right? You thought for a moment, like, oh my god, what are they doing ed words besides the recycling? Ed words? I don't know. Are we gonna play with that? You know what? That's what I've always liked about Wordle is that we don't do the ed words, or even like the one with the s at the end. I don't think they do plurals as well, right? So thankfully they don't, or else I'd be so annoyed. Can you imagine how many of those ending in S words that are plurals that I would have to worry about? Oh, thank goodness we didn't do that. Fortunately, embed wasn't too difficult to think of as I considered each starting letter and turn vowels included. It was a 1 in 18 hit according to Wordlebot, but discounting the illegal possibilities really only faced a 50 between embed and moped. Or I guess moped, but yeah, moped, right? Letter which is your first instinct, but you discovered it's a non-original answer. I see. Okay, because it wasn't it had been done before. I see. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go with that, yeah, do embed. So that was smart. Interesting. Both the stats for normal and hard are the same averages. Failure rates slightly different, of course. Almost all the failures are to past tense ed words, right? A lot of people are trying to go for it and guess that, but exactly like you said. Come on, know better, guys. As they haven't released answers for nearly a week, exactly. You get the impression that once they do, the solutions are maybe from Wordles many years ago. Exactly. I think even if they do reuse, it's going to be ones from like the very, very early days, the ones that people have either not even been there for or forgotten that, oh wow, that's been used before that. They're not going to use something this year or even last year. Probably because it's been, wait, how many years has it been? Has it been 5 years of Wordle or 6? I don't remember, but it's been there a while. So yeah, probably one of those very early days. Yes. In that case, I shall slide back to my previous starting word. Yes. Go back to what you want to go with if you're going to try to go for like something new. I agree with you on that. Dugong says a little fun and a little bit of danger, right? It looked pretty dangerous to me. Oh yeah. But living the age is exciting and entertaining songs. The risk is just losing your streak. Exactly. The risk is exactly these things are honestly, I mean, kind of small stakes. I mean, my streak is only at because I lost before, so I think my streak is on day 40 something. It's not even 50. I can't remember, but it was day 40 or 50 or something. So it's not a huge streak. It's not like 300, that kind of streak like that. It would hurt a little bit. It would hurt a little bit, but 40, 50 day streak, it's nothing, right? Like you said, it's not, so I can live on the edge a little bit with doing something crazy there, which I did. I did regret it a little bit at the end, but that's fine. It's for your entertainment, guys. So you did Focal, Tribe, Sheen, and Embed. Okay, nice. As you mentioned, the weird's live numbers are misleading because they include. Yeah, that's true. Likely with 0.2%, so unlikely. And that was the only likely word after guess 3. Nice. So it was really guaranteed a 4. Pretty good. You still remember one of those important tests in high school, maybe the SAT. This word embed appeared, and for some reason I assumed it was the past tense of a verb M, which I didn't know. Appreciated a few seconds. Yeah, I get what you mean. Some words where they have the ed a weird way at the end, you kind of start to think that is it a word? Is it a past tense word or some verb or that I don't know? Yeah, I hear you. I could see that. Sometimes I read words like that as well, and it's certainly strange. My brain doesn't see it so much. I wonder, besides embed, what are the words that end like 5 letter words that end in ed that kind of seem like past tense but aren't? Hold on, let me just do a little check here. Ending in ed. Okay. There's obviously a lot. Embed. We just did that one. Okay. Speed, but no, I wouldn't think of that. Yeah. Suede, no. Greedy, greed, nope. Okay, the double E's don't count because that one's so obvious, not past tense, right? But any others, greed, nope. Pride is definitely past tense, but also an adjective, right? So that doesn't count. Ledge, credos. Ooh, credo, that's a tough word, actually, I think. Wedge, steed, nope. Tweed, nope. Bleed, steedy. Unfed. No, unfed is unfed. Oh, unfed would be an adjective, but I wouldn't mistake that one for a past tense verb because what would be you know? That would make sense. But that's it, yeah. Embed is the only one, I suppose. I mean, but that's done before anyway. You found it odd that the bot considers edge to be as unlikely as in past tense when it has its own dictionary entry as an adjective. Edge tools used by carpenters. Yeah, edge like fried is they consider it unlikely, but yeah, you know, I'm guessing the bot knows something that we don't as to why it considers that unlikely. Maybe it has a reason to. We don't know. Three of the top 5 connection errors were from guessing at blue password and including a word from purple to blank. Right, I see. They were mixing a couple of those together. Ah, interesting. Fortunately, you suffered pretty quickly today and got an RR. Nice reverse rainbow. Although you didn't really come up with a definite category for blue before submitting it. Nice, but good job on that one. Anytime anyone gets a reverse rainbow, yay! As long as you're happy you got it, and I think it's really fun to get it, especially when it's a little bit of a trickier one or when it's an easy one. It doesn't matter as long as you saw it. That's pretty fun. I mean, we just like to do those reverse for fun, right? Because that's just how it goes. It's a nice little extra thing that makes the game fun to try. A little extra little challenge, but it's okay if you don't get it either. I mean, if you don't heart the comments. Yeah, let me know how I did for today's Wordle and connections. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.